Ok?
How you doing?
Vou perguntar pro Cyndi Lauper tá lançando aí 12 Deadly Cyns and Then Some, que é uma coletânea que reúne os maiores sucessos da carreira, trazendo algumas coisas inéditas também. E a gente vai saber um pouquinho mais a respeito dessa trajetória, dessa grande artista pop que está presente aqui na nossa grande hora MTV. Cyndi, you returned to the showbiz last year with a head full of stars, and I'd like to know what were you doing, I mean, between 1989 and 1992, okay?
Well,
you hadn't released anything. I really want to know what are you doing.
Okay. After I came back from tour in 1989, I went in and did a movie. And that's where I met my husband. And then the end of that, I went and started doing special things that I never had time to do. Like I did the Berlin Wall, and I did the Liverpool tribute to John Lennon, and let's see, I started working on a project with this French guy, Michel Berger, The World is Stone, and that's when I started to get the bug to start to do my, just produce my own work. And then I started writing that album, and in between that, this album, 12 Deadly Cyns, was compiled. But when I compiled it, I felt that I really needed to do a Hatful of Stars first. So I finished Hatful of Stars, and then I did that. But in between that, I did another movie with Nathan Lane and Michael Fox. I got married. I got my driver's license. That was important. It was a year of 2 licenses. That was big for me. And then, let's see, I directed Who Let in the Rain, That's What I Think, and Sally's Pigeons in that year. And then we went on a tour. But basically between 1989 and 1992, I did 2 movies, completed Hatful of Stars, compiled this record, and did some work on a foreign record for Michel Berger. That
But I felt you tried some serious thing in Hatful of Stars, so different than you try early in your early albums. Why did it happen?
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Did you like? Did you think that What's Going On wasn't serious?
No, I mean, you try some serious theme in Hatful of Stars, like abortion and violence.
But in True Colors, What's Going On was pretty serious, and True Colors itself.
But What's Going On
was written by somebody else.
Yeah, okay.
But it was still very serious. I think that for me, though, I know what you're saying. I had written Apartheid, which is on Hatful of Stars, like, for True Colors. But because, I was telling you before, because I had put What's Going On, and that was a serious theme, I wasn't supposed to put Apartheid on it also. I always had, like, someone kind of like, saying no, yes, and by the time I got to Hatful of Stars, I felt like, okay, that's it, the muzzle's off, that's it, I'm doing. And so that's what it was like. It was like, walking around with something over your mouth, and then all of a sudden you just take the gag off, and the gag order is lifted, and that's it. I'm just writing what I know. And as a writer, you have to write what you know. And so what I did was write about the people that I knew from my neighborhood, all the people that inspire me, and the themes and the things that I think anyway. And I wrote with people who were kindred to me. See, it happened because A Night to Remember, which sometimes I say should be A Night to Forget, but originally that album was supposed to be called Kindred Spirits. See, but because I second-guessed myself, and because of the way that I did that record, I was so regretful that I didn't just go with the initial feeling and thought, that I then felt, you just can't do that anymore.
Okay.
Well, you didn't expect that much. You wanted a quick answer. There we go.
Ok. Vamos ver então na grande hora MTV um dos vídeos que a Cyndi Lauper dirigiu, que é essa nova montagem em cima de Girls Just Want to Have Fun, agora com o nome de Hey Now, Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Same kids.
We are talking about your experience as a director.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad.
Vamos lá então, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Edgar de volta na grande hora MTV com a Cyndi Lauper, sabendo a respeito da vida da Cyndi Lauper, que está fazendo turnê, uma turnê que começou ontem aqui no Brasil, um grande show em São Paulo e ainda vai rodar a América do Sul inteirinha. A gente teve o privilégio de ser a primeira pátria, o primeiro país a ver essa nova turnê da Cyndi Lauper. Figuríssimo, moleque. Bom, a gente até comentou que a Cyndi Lauper tem uma experiência como diretora, já fez Who Let in the Rain, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, esse último trabalho dela. How has your experience as a director been, Cyndi?
Well, pretty good. It was the first time I did it.
It was difficult.
It came easier because
Okay.
it was one less person in between me and the camera guy, and also, but I still had, like, you know, those voices you have in your head, the committee that said, "Who do you think you are? What makes you think you could?" You know. But I got beyond that. But I loved it. It was like painting. You know, it's like a continuation of the thought, and then you can create visually what you're trying to say in the lyric.
Okay, to the late one, Hey Now, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, you said I chose the same cast, yeah?
Yeah, it's the same cast. They're just a little older. That's
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those gals, they're looking good though.
Yeah.
They look good.
Okay, Cyndi, I'd like to know how did you feel like Miles Davis' version for Time After Time?
Well, I used to study
Did you
jazz.
feel honored?
Yeah, I was blown away. You know, because when I started to write that song, you know, they had another cover song for me to do, and I said, look, we gotta just write this song. And then we wrote it, and they said, oh, we really love this, so we'll put it on. So finally, you know, had one of my songs on the album, and then Miles Davis covered it. And it was almost like, you know, one of the greats patting you on the back and saying, you're okay, you know. It was great. It was great, very encouraging, and you know, he was a fabulous artist. Didn't you think? I mean, just so incredibly innovative, you know.
Bom, agora então a gente vai seguir em frente na grande hora MTV. Vamos ver um videoclipe aí tirado da trilha sonora do filme True Lies, que é o Live in Color.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. What do you think about Live in Color?
Vernon is
playing Sunshine of Your Love.
Yeah, no, it's fabulous, fabulous. and Corey is such a nut. I love him. He and I have the same. We studied for a while with the same coach and the same vocal teacher, the vocal exercises. So
Okay.
do the, you know, same gymnastic stuff with the vocal exercising.
Okay.
It's one of those inside things. Well, it's not the same style, it's just the same recovery technique.
Ok. Vamos lá então, Live in Color na área com Sunshine of Your Love. Tive a saideira. A gente vai saber um pouco mais da Cyndi Lauper agora. I feel you are more interested about non-American audience, like Europe and South American audience. Is that true?
No.
No, it's not
Where'd you
true.
read that? Oh, you feel that
feel
way?
okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I did a whole tour last year. I didn't do anything but the United States in 1993. I wanted to do a film, but I didn't. I just did the tour.
Maybe because you sell a lot in Europe, in England, or in Germany.
Oh, that only happens when I go there. If I go there, you know. But for the United States, I hadn't been there. So I wanted to go, and I toured all these clubs. Unfortunately, I took a 10-piece band, but musically, it was great. It was one of the greatest things I think I've ever done. Except, you know, financially, you can't do that, you know. But I had a great time, and it was a great musical experience. It really was. We were like a ragtag band. I think we were fabulous because it felt so good, you know?
Yeah.
You know, that was important.
And why did you decide to record a compilation instead of a new album with your first hit, with your first 1983 hits, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, instead of a new album?
I did. I was starting to record the new record, but I had promised that if I could put Hatful of Stars out first, I would put 12 Deadly Cyns out. See, but they weren't expecting it to be like this anthology, you know. It turned into like an anthology. There's like 5 different versions of Hey Now, because we started to do it live. And then...
Are there only 2 brand new songs?
There's Come On Home.
Come On Home.
Which was the start of what I'm doing for my new record with my keyboard player, Jan Pulsford, and my band. We actually waited for so long to have a band. I came from a band. I was a singer in a band. And then I went solo. And when you're solo, it's a different vibe. But when you can finally get back together in a band situation, because it's collaborative anyway, it's a fabulous experience anyway, so that's where I'm headed. I've already written 4 or 5 songs for the new record, but I promised I would do this, so I'm doing it. But I'm happy with it. It's a nice celebration of the work. You didn't expect that long an answer, did you? You're okay. Yeah,
the 12 Deadly Cyns, you really consider...
Get it? Funny? Funny? Get it? Cyns, C-Y-N-S?
And then some,
Get it?
yeah.
Well, you know why? It started out as 12 songs.
Do you really consider your hits Deadly Cyns?
It's a joke, get it?
Yeah, I know.
No, you know, when I was 12, not to get personal, but when I was 12, I wanted to have a nickname, Cyn.
Cyn.
You know, but
Okay.
I had a Catholic Italian family, American, and the last thing they wanted me to have was a nickname, Cyn. So my mother said, absolutely not, right? So now I get to do it. I can be Cyn if I want. So it's 12 Deadly Cyns again. But the and then some is because we kept adding on. Then we were going to say 13 Deadly Cyns, 14, see, I can't even say it myself. It was my mother haunting me, no. 15 Deadly Cyns, 16 now it's 16 Deadly Cyns. No. It's hard to say. You know, I can't say it fast.
12 is dead.
But 12 rolls off your tongue, kind of, unless your tongue is thick. And then some made sense. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
It was a complicated thing. I had to think. It was meditation that brought me to it. It was actually a friend, Tony Roberts. He was a friend of mine from England.
Okay, Cyndi.
Okay, enough of this.
How's the tour going? The current tour going?
Well, it's going. We're here. This is our first date. Yeah, so I'll let you know after
it was yesterday. It was a great show.
Oh, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, we killed them, slayed them. They were in the aisles. No, but you know what? It's a great band, and it's about the music first. You coming? I mean, you were there. Yeah. I saw you. He introduced us, okay? And he was great. He killed them. He left them in the aisles.
I love it. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, see you. And bye-bye.
Tchau, galera.
Valeu, moçada. Terminando a grande hora MTV. É isso aí, um abraço.